Hey there, my wedding planning friends, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I'm Emily Summer. I'm a wedding planner based in Montana, and I make weekly videos on wedding planning tips and advice. So in addition to wedding planning, I also own a bridal shop, which is where I film all of these videos every week. I own Velvet Bride here in Missoula, Montana, and today I wanted to talk all about wedding dress shopping and the experience, and mostly how to prepare for your very first wedding dress shopping appointment. So I get asked all the time when brides are first making their appointments with us, how they should prepare, what they need to know, what they should bring, nearly every time a bride books an appointment for the first time. So I thought it would be helpful to make a video all about how to prep for your first wedding dress appointment. Now I'll start by saying there isn't a ton of prep that you need to do or a lot of things you need to bring to your very first wedding dress appointment, but there are a few things that I find are very helpful to relay to brides, especially if you are somebody that is nervous about the process or a little bit anxious about wedding dress shopping as a whole. But just know there's not a lot you have to do, so don't stress out about your very first wedding dress shopping experience. So number one is to figure out what your wedding dress budget is going to be and stick to that. So before you even start looking at dresses or looking at inspiration or browsing shops or making appointments, make sure that you have a good grasp on what it is that you can afford for your wedding dress, and also keep in mind alterations will be a cost on top of that. So if you have a very hard, for example, $2,100 budget for your wedding dress, and that includes all of your wedding alterations, your accessories, shoes, veil, anything like that, then you're probably going to want to be looking around the $1,500 range when it comes to the dress itself. So understand what your budget is, and if that is your all-in budget for wedding attire accessories, or if that is specifically for your wedding dress. Next, do a little bit of browsing before you go into your first appointment. Now, when you're browsing, I'm not saying to find the dress that you love from a photo on a model, a stock photo, whatever that is, but look at dresses somewhat objectively if you're able to, and just look at the dress, not necessarily who is wearing it or where it's coming from, and just pick out certain styles that you think you're liking and pay attention to trends that you're liking. If all the dresses that you're liking are all lace, if all the dresses that you're liking are all a particular shape, maybe it's an A-line, maybe they're all fitted, and kind of getting a good understanding of what it is that you're drawn to before going into your first appointment. Now, looking at these dresses is just going to help give you an idea of what you might be interested in. You really won't fully know what you like on your body until you start trying things on. So when it comes to overall styles, so say you are really drawn towards a lot of things with florals, or like I said, a lot of things with lace or more simple, that's likely going to be like your own personal style, and so that probably won't change, and you'll likely be drawn to that when you actually go shopping as well. But when it comes to like necklines, the shape, maybe the specific type of fabric, you won't know completely until you start trying things on. So it's good to come in with an idea of styles that you like, but have an open mind when it comes to actually trying them on. But saving some images that you really like that you've seen on Instagram or Pinterest and bringing those into your appointment to show your stylist is going to be really helpful for yourself and also the stylist that is assisting you. Number three is to research shops. So once you have your budget in mind, as well as styles that you think that you're interested in, this is when you want to start looking at the shops around you, or if you're planning a trip to go wedding dress shopping somewhere else, do some research on what your options are and the designers that they carry, and if that's going to be styles that are in line with what you think you're interested in, as well as what their price points are. So most bridal shops won't have like prices of dresses listed on their website, but you can usually find like the price range that they carry, or if you're able to see what designers they carry and do a little bit of research based on the designer and what that designer's price point typically is, that will give you a good idea of what to expect price range wise. So if you're looking for something that is under $2,000, make sure you're not looking at bridal shops that have a lot of luxury high-end designers and not a lot of options that are going to be within your budget. That's just going to be a waste of time for you as well as for the bridal shop, and just probably feel discouraging for you to go in and not be able to try on things that are really feasible for you and realistic for your wedding day. Number four, bring only the opinions that you really want. So if you plan on bringing people and want to have an entourage, as we call them, in your bridal appointment, that's great. But just make sure that who you're bringing are people that you actually want to hear opinions from. And you're gonna know best who you feel the most comfortable with, whose opinions are stronger than others, and the opinions that you really want. Some brides really, really want those extra opinions and need that, you know, outside voice and a third perspective to be able to give opinions on the dress and how they look in the dress. And some brides really don't want the noise and want to be able to make the decision fully by themselves. So however you lie on that spectrum, just be aware of that and conscientious of who you're bringing in regards to that. Number 5, be open to styles, but be honest about what you like and dislike. So as you're trying dresses on, be communicative with your entourage, with your stylist, with yourself about what it is that you are liking and not liking in each dress. Don't be worried about offending, somebody that picked out the dress for you, or offending the shop, or offending your stylist. Be honest about what it is that you don't like. I promise we as stylists, as bridal shop owners, are not offended by anything you have to say about a dress. I understand that not every dress in my store is going to be for every bride, and I want to know what you like and what you don't like about dresses, because this is going to help us find the dress that is right for you. I'm constantly looking at body language, listening to small little snippets and details that brides are pointing out that they like or dislike about a dress, and my wheels are always turning about what dress might have that specific thing that they are looking for so that I can pull it for them. So be open, be honest, be communicative as you're trying dresses on. Number 6, be prepared to be undressing in front of somebody. So if you have never wedding dress shopped before, if you've never been around the experience, most shops will have somebody helping you get in and out of dresses. This means they will see you as you're undressing and being completely out of a wedding dress and getting into dresses. So this is our job. We are not looking, we are very comfortable. Feel that it is necessary to bring this up to somebody that might be particularly shy or uncomfortable in this particular setting. I understand that, and I promise it gets a lot more comfortable as you get going, but maybe having that knowledge in your mind before you actually go in and start wedding dress shopping might help ease your mind a little bit. Just know that it's very common. I see this every single day. Your stylist is going to see it every single day, and we are going to do whatever we can to make you feel as comfortable as possible. That's just part of the process. Number 7, eat before your appointment, but don't eat a very heavy meal that's going to make you feel sluggish or bloated or just not your best self. So you don't want to go into your appointment hungry. If you're anything like me, I'm a very hangry person. If I haven't eaten, decision making is not my best skill set if I'm hungry. So make sure that you are not coming in starving on an empty stomach, but don't eat something that is super heavy or not going to make you feel like getting in and out of wedding dresses. Number 8, similarly, do whatever it is that you need to do to feel good about yourself. So is that doing your makeup that day, getting your hair done, doing whatever it is that's going to help you feel good about yourself and feel good in every dress that you try on, whether it's the dress for you or not. Because if you don't feel good about yourself, if you are feeling like you're trying these dresses on and you're like, I just feel like I don't look my best today, I don't like my hair today, I should have done my makeup, it's going to really alter the way that you are feeling in each dress and the way that you're viewing yourself in each dress. So do whatever it is that you need to do to feel good trying on wedding dresses. Number 9, don't overwhelm yourself with options. There is such a thing as trying on too many dresses. The more you try on, the harder the decision is going to be, the more overwhelmed you're going to feel, and the more they're going to start to blur together, and it's going to be really, really difficult to make this decision. So if you're somebody that wants to go to multiple shops and have multiple experiences, totally fine. Just don't try on 15 dresses at each shop. It's going to make your life so much more difficult. If you do plan on doing it multiple times, try and limit yourself to like 7 or 8 at each dress shop, and that's going to make your decision a lot easier. If you're shopping for the first time in my store and purchasing a dress the first time, I would say most brides on average will try on about 10 or 11 dresses, I would say. Bring undergarments that make sense for you. So whether this is a bra and underwear set that you feel most comfortable in, make sure that they are light colored. Nude is the best usually. Don't wear hot pink underwear. You're going to likely see it in some of the dresses depending on what the fabric is, and that can be distracting. So wear whatever undergarments make sense for you. A lot of dresses have cups and structure built into the dress, and a lot of times it's easier to see the dress without a bra on. So if you're comfortable with that, just go without a bra. or if you're somebody that plans on wearing shapewear of some kind, Spanx, and you really want to have that during your appointment, make sure you bring that on to try it on with dresses so you can see how that will look as you're trying dresses on. And finally, pop some bubbly, have a drink beforehand, whatever it is that you want to do to have fun, let loose, relax, and just enjoy this experience. This should be fun. There are some difficult aspects to it. Decision making is not always easy, but this should be a fun and enjoyable experience. So just relax, trust your stylist, and be honest about what you're liking, and enjoy the process as much as possible. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe to get weekly videos on wedding planning tips and advice, and we'll see you next week.